Okay, so this is where all progesterone is not made equal. So progestin is a synthetic progesterone. It's the progesterone in contraception. So the pill, the micro pill, the mini pill, the implants, the injections, and the coils. That is what progestin is. It's also, therefore, usually the progesterone that's used in HRT. So we're going to be very clear that when we talk about HRT, I don't like lumping them together because they're not equal. You've got synthetic HRTs, horrendous. You've got body identical or the more natural HRTs, which are a whole different kettle of fish. So it's very important if your client comes in with their health history form and says, I'm on HRT, that you say, which one? And then if they're on a synthetic, I always go, yeah, you're not actually on HRT. So progestins were originally developed because at the time there had not been a way to formulate a natural progesterone. It wasn't invented till the 1980s. Natural progesterone isn't absorbed very well, which is why we can have an issue with women with or people with IBS. And it can be metabolized quite quickly. So that has now been worked on, but progestin was therefore utilized in all contraceptives. The other thing is it's cheap. It's synthetic. It doesn't really have so natural progesterone or micronized progesterone is used, which is the body identical one, is made from things like yams. There therefore is quite a considerable cost in that source ingredient. Not the same in synthetic progesterones or synthetic progestins. So from an NHS perspective, where they're going to only get their £9 from you for your prescription, they're always going to be looking at how can I cut the cost, and the progestin is the best option financially. It's like 30p a day instead of, I don't know, a couple of pounds a day. So it's really important to know the difference. So here's the issue with synthetic progestin. If you actually look at this picture, it took me a while to do that spot the difference thing when I first did this. So levonorgestrel is actually the progestin. Levonorgestrel, if you look at it, doesn't actually look like progesterone. If you look, the levonorgestrel's got that OH compound at the top. The progesterone actually just has the O molecule at the top. So levonorgestrel actually looks more like testosterone. And as Laura explained, testosterone is our ramp you up, get you excited, be really stimulating hormone. And progesterone is our very, very calming hormone. So when you actually realize that these are not even the same compounds, so how anybody decided that it was the same thing, it's literally beyond me. That's a part of science I do not understand. And so what's interesting in the NIC guidelines around particularly menopause health is that they understand that the synthetic progesterones come with more risk, and that recommending the more natural body identical micronized progesterones has fewer health risks to women, and yet still the recommendation is to go with the synthetic first. And so what those risks are is this. So the progesterone, which would be the body identical micronized, beneficial for cardiovascular health, stimulates hair growth, calms mood and promotes sleep, prevents breast cancer, which sounds interesting, and then is also going to pick up on all of that list of what a deficiency looks like. Progestin, however, actually increases the risk of fatal blood clots, which I thought was one of the things that women were worried about with HRT, can cause hair loss due to its similarity to testosterone and how it then pushes up the androgens rather than being balanced out by progesterone, can cause anxiety and depression, and increases the risk of breast cancer. My experience of working with women with the progestins is they'll say, I do feel better for having had my HRT, but I'm not right. And so usually they feel better because maybe they've got estrogen going in and they were actually postmenopausal and needed estrogen, but the progestin itself is still wiring them. They can't lose weight. They're anxious. They're still mood swings and snappy. They're tired, like absolutely dragging themselves around tired. Yeah, loads of stuff. Often high blood pressure, all these sorts of things.